Sparkle by Alexandra Hoffman, illustrated by Beatrice Mello. Jasmine loved stories. She loved listening to stories. She loved looking at pictures in books. She loved it when her teacher, Ms. Anderson, read fairy tales to her class. But Jasmine didn't love reading, and she especially didn't love writing. When Jasmine wrote, few understood what she was trying to say. She struggled to spell words correctly. She wrote B's instead of D's, and P's instead of Q's. Jasmine's sentences were wibbly-wobbly, like a winding country road, instead of straight, like a ruler. Sometimes she forgot to end her sentence with a period. Sometimes she wrote a capital letter when the word needed a lowercase letter. When Miss Anderson wrote on the board, Jasmine struggled to copy the words correctly. If she glanced away for even a moment, she often lost her place. When Miss Anderson asked students to read their writing aloud in class, Jasmine froze. Jasmine did her best to blend in, but during group work, things got too hard. She'd try and try the best she could, but usually she had to rely on others for help. One day, Ms. Anderson announced, "It's time for everyone in the class to write a creative story." Oh no! Jasmine's mind was a tangled mess. What if I can't do it? What if my story doesn't make sense? Even though she was worried, Jasmine loved stories and wanted to create her own. While the other students started to write words and sentences, Jasmine decided to tell her story in a different way. Jasmine told a fairy tale story, just like the ones she loved. But unlike the stories of her classmates, hers wasn't written in words. When it was time to share, students read their stories out loud. Each tale was creative and unique, filled with big ideas. Jasmine hoped her wordless story would be enough. Even though she was nervous, Jasmine stood up and shared. The pictures came to life on the page as she presented her tale. Jasmine's story sparkled. When she finished, Marcus raised his hand. "I thought we had to write a story. Jasmine's story has no words. It's just pictures." Ms. Anderson smiled. "Everyone is different. Some people tell stories through writing. Some people share stories through spoken words. Some people tell stories through illustrations. Each of us communicates and tells stories in our own way. Jasmine's story is perfect the way it is." All of the students gazed at Jasmine and her beautiful, wordless story. The pictures sparkled with creativity. The colors sparkled vibrantly. And everyone marveled as Jasmine's sparkle lit up the room.
Thank you for coming to the story room. If you like this story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.